That's a great question. A lot of people are talking about engagement. And to me, essentially, engagement is a way of thinking about today's marketing and media from the perspective of a more active and engaged consumer. And we really want to understand who are they, and perhaps more importantly, why are they online? What are they doing? And then how can companies and brands interact with them in a meaningful way to consumers? To me, that's what engagement is all about. Before I would go into understanding like which tools, because there are a lot of tools out there, and we've assessed, I would say, if not everyone, pretty close to them, certainly at least 150 of them, which is quite a lot. So we know what the tools are, we know what they do, but I always advise clients, let's take a step back, let's understand what your objectives are first out of social media. What are you trying to achieve? And focus on that singular objective, and then layer in the tools underneath that to support it in terms of building out a custom digital dashboard that will help keep us on track. It's a bit like a compass for us. So when I talk about those objectives, singular objective, what are you trying to achieve first and foremost? Is it brand awareness? Are you launching a new product and you need to get broad awareness around that? Or is it consideration? Perhaps it's a new vehicle that's been out for 10 years and it's increasingly being lowered in opinion and consideration by consumers. Social media is great for being able to promote that. Or is it generating leads? Typically B2B, they're all about lead generation, but increasingly so too with consumer companies, especially high value like electronics and so forth. Sales, if you can transact online, that's a great goal to have. Again, focusing on one of those, and then once we understand, here's our priority, if it's sales, then what's next, what's next, what's next, and then we would work to cobble together the right tool set and build that custom dashboard, and identifying from that dashboard then those key trends that we can make qualitative recommendations that are very actionable by the client or our team in real time. So again, it's not just let's have our monthly meeting, let's talk about it, but it's literally that day, it's real, live, it's a dashboard that can be seen by anybody at any time, whomever has access to it, secure, but it's being able to provide that data and make those recommendations on what needs to be done to keep that campaign and program moving forward. I would love to. That said, as you know, all of our work with our clients is confidential. I can talk in generalities, though. We do work with Fortune 100 companies, and as I mentioned earlier, the tools, you talked a little bit, we work with tools like Sysmos, like Radian 6. We also have partnerships in place with companies like Core Metrics and Amateur. And what we're trying to understand is how consumers are interacting online with that brand. And again, like I was saying before, it's across all different data points. So if I think of some of our larger clients and the types of outputs that they're getting, we look at things like attitudinal data that can be derived off of, just trying to think, attitudinal being much less, much more qualitative in terms of being able to capture online conversation snippets, things like that, versus quantitative. And that is much more behavior driven. In other words, like we can see, oh, they visited that website, here's they did a transaction or something like that, or they clicked on this banner ad. It's a much more A to B metric. But what's really important is to be able to utilize the two, look at the attitudinal as well as the behavioral, and derive those kind of meaningful conclusions to make recommendations, whether it's here's where you should be spending some more money, here's where we could optimize a little bit more, or quite frankly, here, this program just needs to be eliminated because it's a drag on your budget. So that's really what the output is. It's much more actionable. And in thinking about that, again, not just even social media, but literally across all the digital channels. Mm-hmm. I get asked that question a lot, obviously. And when I mean, I have personally have a very strong digital advertising marketing background as well as social media. And what I strongly feel about MS&L is it's all about understanding what the client's trying to achieve and quickly getting it done. Not even within just MS&L, but also with other agency partners that the client typically has, as well as even working with other client partners. So not just the sponsor, but also typically and increasingly across the enterprise. There's lots of stakeholders. That's something that MS&L does really well. And the other side of it is the expertise. If you look me up on LinkedIn, Lori Laurent Smith, you'll see that my tagline is that I'm the arms dealer for the digital creative revolution. And really what that means is it's being able to supply that data, that analytics, that very forward thinking in real time to creatives, to people who are community managers and able to action on that data very quickly. As much as I'm an expert in my field, those folks are all experts in their field with real-time experience, and again, multiple engagements, and typically in the Fortune 500 realm with enterprise. So what we're bringing to the party is expertise as well as agility and quick response, which I think is a powerful combination and solution for a lot of companies in this environment.